Since 1932, these two programs have defied conferences, won national titles, and no matter what happens, they find their way back to each other. And when these two meet, the whole nation pays attention. For nearly a century, this venue has stood on the grounds of the Texas State Fair. Glad to have you with us from the Cotton Bowl. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Hey, guys, checking in with the Texas head coach before the game. This is what he had hoped for and is excited that it is playing out right before our very eyes. Bringing this running back in the transfer portal, he knew that he could be someone to make an impact, but he didn't know how much. And here he is, highly productive, really starting.
The Sooners ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Longhorns offense onto the field first, and we'll see their opening script. You go back over the history of this rivalry, and there have certainly been close games, but there have also been a large number of blowouts, and we had one last year for the Horns, David.
And I think as a Texas fan, you better understand that, because when you win big the year before, OU is going to come out with their hair on fire, Jesse, ready to make a statement.
When I think back to last year's game, the thing that impressed me so much about Texas was that they stepped up and brought their A game to the ballpark in the Red River Rivalry, one of the biggest games of the year. Let's see who's going to step up in this one today.
Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
And the Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. Wants to return it. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Sooners offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And they'll be met by this defensive front, which can wreak havoc.
Well, this is one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but David, he better have a clock going off in his head in this one, because this is one of the elite pass rushes in the entire nation as well. Their D-line is absolutely stocked and loaded with athleticism, with guys with bad intentions, and they built this D-line specifically for games like this.
Yeah, so he better be on time, right? Like, that ball needs to be able to come out. You just got to be careful. You don't get away with some of those liberties of holding on to the football, extending plays, because those dudes are in relentless pass rush mode, chasing after you. This will be a great chess match.
Quarterback strolling away from heat. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. The kick is high and away and headed toward the sideline. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. The run inside. It Smothers. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. Oh, that punt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. They're backed up. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line. Caught behind the line. It's Sategna. Could not make his way to the corner. The Sooners lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. All they needed was a few inches, and the defense was not having it. And the Sooners line up to punt it away. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. Hauls it in, looking for space. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Coleman's got it on the right side. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the first down marker. Makes the catch. It's Ringo. Hits the accelerator to the right. To the house. Touchdown, Texas.
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast. You can tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Offense gets set for second down. They'll give it to Robinson. Great move. Now he's got room. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll give it to him again. Got a little grass. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Handoff to Xavier. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. From the gun to give, looking for room. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. Ball at the 31. Third and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. The Sooners kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Using his feet. Got enough for the first. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And he finished it with a scintillating 28-yarder to the house. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Manning unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Running inside. It's Smothers. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Scanning the field, it's Manning. Fires to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's Wingo. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Motion from the wideout. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. Not a big window, and that throw was money. They've got it at the 30. Hand off for Brown. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Right back to the well. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Here comes third and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. The chains will move, and they'll have first and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Longhorns have moved it inside the 20. Trying to run, it's Smothers. Maybe a crease. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. The offense knocking on the door, first and goal. They'll send the back in motion. They'll run it on first and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. On the ground with the counter. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Manning from the gun on third down. And the quarterback is knocked down back in the 13.
In the offense, man, he couldn't find anybody open. Like, somebody's got to create some separation, or what do? How about I throw a jump ball to one of my big receivers out wide that can go up and dunk on somebody's head and catch the football? Maybe find my big playmakers and try to force them the ball down here in the red zone.
It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. Absolutely perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Back to throw, it's Mateer. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. Makes a grab and room to run. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. And the Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up.
When quarterbacks learn to take checkdowns, man, they become way more efficient. They become way better. They get way more possession.
Maybe some room here. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Off the play fake. Unloads it left. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. Running the red zone, it's Robinson. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Got it! They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Here's Xavier Robinson. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we're going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14 to 10. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He's sacked. Tried to get away, but the defense tracked him down. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
The Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Open space at the 25. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Before they snap the ball on second down, timeout is called. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Throws to the tight end. What a grab with one hand. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. Keeping it on the ground inside. It smothers. There's a crease. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Arts to throw. Under fire. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to throw. It's Manning. Takes the easy completion. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Third down from the gun. Manning makes the catch. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Timeout is called. They let it get down to 3 seconds before stopping the clock, and they'll have a chance to put points up before the break. And this one is perfect. It's now a 1-point game, 14-13.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. As expected, looks as if they'll run it out and go into halftime with a lead. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We start with a look at LSU taking on the Kentucky Wildcats. And it's the Tigers who finish off the victory to get to 4-1. They led this one at halftime. They held off a second-half comeback attempt. This group has to be feeling good. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12. Now over to your game inside the Cotton Bowl. It's hardly a secret what this team wants to do. They want to feed the beast, let him run it, and control the line of scrimmage. Ground and pound, and continue to add to this lead in the second half.
And the Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
They're working that left side. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Sooners will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. Let's see what he can do with it. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Arch Madness. Finds his man down the middle. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. He's got it down the middle. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They go play action with Manning. Working that left side now. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Third and short from the 49. Is this four-down territory? Wide receiver going in motion. Manning lines up in the gun on third down. Lets it fly on the move. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Longhorns will punt it. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Motion from the back. To the air, it's Mateer. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time. That leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Here's a give to Robinson. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Sooners decide to punt it away. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Manning with a play fake. He's got his man. And the spin move bought him a little time, just not a lot of yardage. Now on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Coleman. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. Here's Manning to throw. That's caught. It's Townsend. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Takes the handoff. It's Smothers. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Tight end finds a soft spot. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? To throw, Manning. Pocket breaking down. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
7th play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Corralled and brought down by the defense. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now facing a 3rd and long. Gets the back moving. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Floats it out in space. He gets it up close to the 25, out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24. And the Sooners with the 1st and 10. Off play action. Pressure coming. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. And the timing just a hair off. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Sooners will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Hauls it in at the 25. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Throwing Manning. Fires to the wideout. Caught by Coleman. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Just watching the clock drain away in this one, it's all but in the books. Let's take a look at the top 25, and this game might have an impact on these rankings next week. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Back to pass, it's Manning. Throws to the wideout. Caught over the middle, it's Coleman. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
The Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll move the tight end. The RPO, it's complete.
Nice quick throw there. It is so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
Already in prime field goal position, but they would love to score a touchdown to take the lead. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get rid of the football quickly. This defense has already shown on film that they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush. But with his speed and his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. And he got it! They take the lead here in the 4th.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for the squad.
He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. To the air. It's Mateer. He finds a dead spot in the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Looking to throw on 3rd. Fires to the right. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Sooners will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The run inside. It's Brown. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, this offensive line has got to do a better job. They've now given up way too many sacks. This poor quarterback is running for his life. They've got to shore up and do a better job on the offensive line.
They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Manning tries to pick it up on 3rd down. Fakes the grab. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. A give to Brown. Picks up the first down. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Face mask penalty cost the D 15 yards and a first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to the running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound. Coming.
There's some room. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. They'll run with Brown. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and, of course, the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. He makes a grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Longhorns!
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And it's up and good. They took it 68 yards on that drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys, but that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Looking to pass. It's Mateer. It's complete. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Sategna. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo.
pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Nice job by this defense, pinning their ears back, getting to the quarterback, creating the sack. But look at this offense. They aren't deterred. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
And he's wrestled to the ground. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Looking to throw for it. He'll pull it down and run. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Thomas. And you got to get hats around this dude. He finds the crease. He's down to the 27. And the Sooners in the hurry-up. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that third down. Set up for the first down play, and they're going to call a timeout and talk it over instead. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Right on the money. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's got it for the late touchdown, but probably a little too late, barring just an epic finish.
That is such a great job by the offense, putting together a touchdown drive when they needed it most. Not a lot of time left to go, but if their defense can get them the ball back, they've got an opportunity to kick a field goal and walk out of here with the win.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. The officials blow the whistle to stop play. There is a Longhorn shaken up. That's the senior safety being evaluated by medical personnel. Holly will let us know what's going on with him. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick, and David, we win the game.
And man, this is such a low percentage play, right? Like, it's so hard to kick an onside and actually have it bounce correctly and go right. You're right, they put the right players on the field. They didn't get the good bounce, and this one's over.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.